I'm so excited to be here. It's a plum-pleasing pleasure as well as a privilege.
Yes, and back at you, sir. And to all of us that get to be with you today, thank you for being on the panel show. Hey, John!
Hello, Pamela. Great to be here. Super excited. How are you doing?
Oh, it is so exciting. Well, everybody, this is John Tallarico. Hello, and welcome to the Pamela Show, where we learn and we grow together. Welcome back. I am so glad you came back for part 2 with my friend Deidre Calcoate. She is an amazing coach, an amazing mentor with Unscripted Voices Academy, plus many, many more things. So are you ready for part 2 with my friend Deidre? Let's go. Come on in, Deidre. Speaking so much truth and so much hope at the same time. Like you made the statement earlier that it's not our responsibility to prevent them from ending their life, but it is our responsibility to notice things and to speak. And so why does that take like a huge burden off of somebody's shoulders, right? Like it's not my job to be responsible for their choices. We all are individually responsible for our choices. But you also said, when you notice these things happening, here are things you can do to intervene and help them. And even to the point of saying, do you have a plan? Can you discuss it with me? Hey, we got to get the knives out of the house. Like, that is so liberating for somebody to hear that, because it could be their child, it could be their best friend, or it could be, well, somebody in the middle of the road. Like we had a situation in our family where there was someone in the middle of the road literally wanting to end their life, and my husband was there to talk them down. Mm-hmm. And that was not a time where you could say, are you trying to take your life? I mean, that was obvious, right? Because they're so in the moment, and it's not rational in that moment. Right. And it seems so overwhelming that they would take a temporary situation and make it a permanent one, like you said. And you gave such wisdom as to what a person should do to protect them. Like literally, like my husband parked his car in the middle of the road at an angle so that nobody could hit that person. You know, that's like taking the knives away, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely.
Exactly what it is. And saying, you know, I'm going to stand right here with you, which is what he said. And that person said, well, that makes me feel even worse because I don't want you to get hurt with me. And my husband said, well, I'm standing here with you. It would be really nice if we could together move over to the curb. And so again, you're being there, like, and I'm giving this as an example to what Deidre was saying, because now you're offering support to this person, right? And you're not judging them. You're like, this is your reality right now, but let's kind of, I say, talk them down. And I mean, you know, like help them settle into a calming place. But then there was the answers, and the answer wasn't, okay, you're now calmed down, I'm just going to get back in the vehicle, or I'm just going to give you your knives back now. We are going to make some phone calls, right? To not because you're a bad person, not because you're a messed up person, because you need some help, because you matter. And you have a baton you need to carry that somebody's going to hand to you. And you took all of those and just laid them out, just poured them out like melted butter and made it so easy to follow. Oh my goodness, Deidre, that was amazing what you just downloaded on us. Now, a question that I have for you is, if somebody is in a place where they are communicating irrationally, they're not rational, they're being irrational, and they're saying yes, and like they won't talk to you, or they're angry, and you know what could be inevitably coming. What should I do if I'm in that situation with someone? What should I do? What should somebody watching here do that would be the first? Do they call 911? What do they do?
So first of all, again, I want to say, do not put yourself in harm's way. If you feel like you're in harm's way, you should protect yourself first.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would say to call the authorities. And I would make sure that you explain exactly what's going on, because not all officers, and I love those who serve and protect us. I have near and dear ones who served and protected us, but not every one of them has the skill to deal with a person who has some big behaviors, who are having a psychotic break, or other things are going on. And so you need to be very specific. This person has a knife, is attempting to take their life. I have tried to talk with them. I am staying with them until you come. They are not, whatever it is, because you want to make sure that everybody is safe and everybody is okay. And you want to breathe, you want to breathe, you want to breathe. And if you don't feel comfortable doing any of this, the things that you can do is let the person know, I'm here for you. I'm here. I'm a safe place to talk. And we're going to figure this out together. I may not have all the answers, and you don't have to have all the answers. There's a whole community that can support and help us, no matter where the person is. And so the answers that I give are so limited in comparison to the situations that you may have. Just know to connect, breathe, and do what you know is right. The guidance will always come. See, I'm one of those. What you think you're doing? Nope, that's not going to happen today. Come on, baby, let's go. And that doesn't work with everybody, right? There are some people where you need to be still and be quiet and listen to them and not interject, because that's what people need and want. And so I can do that too. Silence is golden. And that gives you a minute to get your thoughts together with, dear Lord, help me here. Help.
No kidding.
Yeah.
I love that, to be silence is golden. And don't be afraid of silence. I say that all the time, don't be afraid of it. It means they're thinking. Right. In any situation, when there's silence and you feel like it's cricket, but there is a thinking and there's processing that is happening. I love that.
If I have 1 second, I just wanted to share.
Yeah, please.
When I was training suicide intervention, several people who had attempted suicide came to the class and shared their stories. And it's remarkable, people who have tried to jump off of London Bridge and someone grabbed them and they couldn't. One lady was telling about attempting suicide by cutting her vein. And what happened with her was, she is forever in pain because of that, but she didn't die. Wow. And so there is more than you and me and the people who are listening to us today. There is more than us that are concerned about our friends and family. And so just know you're not alone. We can do this. We are not, every person who is attempting, some really are so distraught that they may die by suicide. And we can't take that responsibility on. But what we can do is be there for those who are ready to move and get some assistance and support.
It's so beautiful and so liberating. Is there anything else that you think, man, I wish I would have said this, or I'd like to touch on that? Is there anything else with regards to suicide intervention?
No, I hope I've been clear. I'm not sure that there's anything else, but I'll think about it at midnight tonight and say, I should have said it.
Well, we'll bring you back on then. You can say it. I want to thank you for sharing all of that, because you really unpacked that beautifully for us and laid just so many beautiful gemstones out, and took a difficult conversation and made it easy and palatable to hear and listen to, and be able to see ourselves navigating in that situation and helping others. And Deidre, you are also a couple of the things that I want to mention that you do that you didn't mention, and I'm just going to mention them, is number one, you are also part of the John Tallarico Inner Circle. And what that means is John Tallarico is one of the top Bob Proctor consultants. And John calls himself a results coach. Woohoo! And he is my coach, and he is Deidre's coach. And I am one of the Inner Circle members as well, success mentors, mindset mentors. Love the program, totally support John's vision. And recently, Deidre caught that same vision. And not everybody catches it in that way. Like, I'm going to come in closer, I'm going to be part of that inner circle. But you did. And I just wanted to highlight that. And is there anything in regards to that you would like to share? And then we'll finish talking about the Academy. Is there anything regarding John Tallarico, results coach, inner circle, thinking in the results, that you're like, yeah, I would like to say this?
Pamela, first I have to say, I am in your small group, but the audience doesn't know that. And my decisions about going into Inner Circle really had a lot to do with your leadership and guidance, as well as John's. And I want to thank you for believing in me and for seeing what I couldn't see in me some days. And that is the reason that I made that decision. But I also would be remiss if I didn't just go back and thank your family, your husband, for his support of that young man who was trying to make a permanent decision when it was just a temporary issue. And so I am so grateful. I do this because I love what I do. And the Inner Circle and John and you are teaching me that I have some gifts, and I don't talk about those. But then I am hiding who I am and not supporting others who I might pass the baton to, as we talked about. So that's why I am here, is so that I can serve, so that I won't die with my story in me. Now, I'm not looking to die real soon, because I know my birth family has great genes on living long. So I'll be around a long time, but I want to make this time count.
Yes. Oh, that's so beautiful. And you are making it count. You are making a huge difference. And grown, oh my gosh, have you grown? And just your awareness of everything, like just awareness of life, awareness of spirit, awareness of your gifts and your callings, and stepping out in faith, taking those risks, being a quality decision maker. And of course, all of those things that we learn, we already know, but we go from that knowing, doing, with the gap closes when you have a results coach. And then we begin to take on those teachings and help to pay them forward in Inner Circle, which is a huge blessing. And you are going to be so awesome in there. I'm so excited that you're going to be there. Woo! And I also want to highlight, because we have had Mr. Iffy McCoy, who we always say it's your boy, Iffy McCoy, because that's what he says, right? And he is the head of and the founder and every other fun thing and awesome thing for Unscripted Voices. including now, dun, da, 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 Unscripted Voices Academy, which is an academy with a direction of building confidence and self-worth in the next generations. You have young people, and also helping to equip them to be able to speak confidently about anything in life, whether it is a speech or it is just being able to stand up for what they believe in, right? And you are part of that academy, coming in as a mentor / kind of teacher, and many other ways. So as we kind of wrap up today, I would love you to expound a little bit on why you got involved with Unscripted Voices Academy with IFE, and what you're going to be doing for the program. And yeah, just kind of, let's just brag on the school for a minute.
Yes, and I always tell Iffy that I stalked him. When I saw the unscripted kids and teens, I'm like, I got to be a part of this. I want to be a part. And so I started messaging Iffy. He was like, you're beating down my door. Yes, sir, I am. And I want to be a part of the team. It's a wonderful, wonderful thing. And so those of you in the audience who have youth, they don't have to know how to speak to start. I have watched a young lady in my life. I have watched other people's children who stand taller, who sit taller when they start to speak on who they are or on the subject that they want to speak on. And so I am there because I want to do my part in imparting knowledge and supporting those youth who can use this program in order to help their self-esteem and their self-worth. So Pamela and I will be working together on supporting youth and knowing who they are. I'm looking at a part in and making sure they know what their color is, whether they're a helper, whether they're a doer, who they are. And we're looking at other activities that can support them in their speech and helping them to make sure that they have that self-esteem that will help them in society to be who you and I are, to be who the community that we work with and are for, that will be an integral part to healing our society and others. And that's why I'm there. I see the mass of this, and I'm so excited to be a part. And if you want to know more, please look us up, right?
Absolutely. You said something so powerful, Deidre, and I can't just skate by it. I got to circle back to it. You said that programs like, well, I'm paraphrasing what you said. Programs like Unscripted Voices Academy will change the world.
Yes.
Listen to those words, everybody. So getting your son or daughter or grandchild or whoever, the neighbor kid, whatever, into a program that is based on building confidence and equipping our young people to think for themselves and speak confidently, that will change the world.
I tell you.
It's going to change the world. And we have more information available at the end of the show for Unscripted, as well as how you can follow up with Deidre and be involved in what she's doing, or reach out to her for more wisdom and more information. Before we wrap up today, Deidre, is there anything else that you would like to make sure you get to say?
I want to thank you for allowing me to be a part of your show and a part of your life. Thank you so very much. And I want to say to your audience, thank you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being here. And if I can support you in any way. Now, I'm not 24/7. I learned that from someone else who was a domestic violence victim who said, you guys like to tell us you there. I'm always, call me anytime. I don't answer anytime. I do need my rest. I've learned about self-care as well, but I will get back. And I am so interested in ensuring that our community, and when I say community, it is our world, that we do more in healing and being safe and knowing who we are and standing taller. So join us, join Pamela and I in this endeavor. Thank you.
Beautiful. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Deidre. Thank you so much for being here today and giving us its wealth of knowledge. And I just also want to applaud you for taking an intense conversation piece topic and opening it up and delivering it with such grace and making it so palatable to be able to listen to you and to receive what you're saying. I can't think of anybody else that I would want to have here on this show to explain and talk about it the way, because other than you, because you did that with such integrity and with just such respect for people. And I appreciate that. So thank you so much for being here today. You are a blessing to my life and to my family. My kids love you because you're one of their unscripted teachers. And so we're so grateful for you. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you.
And thank you everybody for tuning in to the Pamela Show, where we learn and we grow together. I hope that you feel that you learned something today and that you grew today, because you did. So as always, I want to ask you to help us. Would you please help get Deidre's message out and share all these incredible things? All you need to do is tell somebody about the Pamela Show. So we're asking for your help. Would you help us spread and share this message? And finally, remember, you have a purpose by design and not by default. So remember that. Go on out there, pass the baton, and be the salt and the light everywhere you go. Thanks for tuning in today. Bye.
Ascend Above the Crowd is the newest course by Pamela Hinkle. Ascend is a self-paced email course that will come directly to your inbox and will change your mindset and your life. Each week, you will receive lessons, resources, challenges, and journal writings that will help you discover your purpose by design. It's your time to ascend above the crowd. To learn more about Ascend, go to www.purposewithpamela.com/ascend.
Wasn't today's program just full of wisdom? I feel like Deidre drips wisdom drops everywhere she goes. She is a woman of many talents and a whole lot of experience, and you just, mix that up, jumble it all up, and it comes out wisdom. Thank you, Deidre, for being on the Pamela Show and dropping all those golden wisdom drops into our hearts and life. Remember, to all of you, you are here on purpose, with a purpose by design, not by default. So go on out there and be the salt and the light everywhere you go. See you next time on the Pamela Show. Bye.